Democrats. Today is Thursday, January 7th, 2021, and our nation is still intact. So it's time for my daily live. And if you're like me, you watched in horror yesterday and you've had some time to take it in and try and digest what we actually saw. I usually jot down some notes so that I have some things to talk about so that I don't sound like I'm rambling, and I haven't had an opportunity today. But I do want to start out with my name 'em and shame 'em. I didn't start out for this to be an everyday deal, but so far this year, every day, someone has done something that requires that we call it out. And that's what we have to do. We have to call it out where we see it, when we see it, in order to stop it. And so I'd like to limit it to one name per day. However, they're not letting me. So today our name 'em and shame 'em goes to the Oklahoma delegation. So Senator James Lankford, Congressman Kevin Hern, Congressman Markwayne Mullin, Congressman Frank Lewis, Congressman Tom Cole, and Congresswoman Stephanie Bice. All tried to rob us of our opportunity to have our votes counted. All signed on to challenges to the way the election is supposed to work. Congress are not supposed to pick our president. And you know, I'm a junkie, so I watch all of it and I stay on top of it. And a lot of people weren't sure exactly what was happening yesterday, but that's what was happening yesterday. They were trying to discount how we voted and make the decision at the congressional level. If that's not voter disenfranchisement, I'm not sure what it is. And I'm glad that it did not happen. Sadly, I fear that it did not happen because they were faced with mortal danger and not because they came to their senses and wanted to do the right thing. I am not at a place where I am ready to give James Lankford a pass because, you know, he's come to his senses and he's backed away. No pass. No pass. You signed on to that sedition. You were part of it. You were stoking the fire. You were right there telling people that our electoral process was fraudulent and not right when you knew better. You yourself said that you knew that nothing would change. So you participated in that theater. You yourself did that. You owe us an apology or resignation. Congressman Mullin, I want to say that I'm grateful that you tried to talk some people down for half a hot second, but you too, sir, are complicit. You too have been stoking the fires of sedition. You have been right there saying that that our election is fraudulent and that 74 million people voted and their voices need to be heard. You know what? Their voices were heard, right? That's the most votes that someone who didn't win ever got. And we don't need to ignore it. It's a lot of votes. It just wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. The man who won got more. That's where we are. The thing that you can do for your constituents, because I actually had a reporter say to me, you know, but they're representing Oklahoma because Oklahoma doesn't believe in this election. You know what you can do? Tell the truth. And then get your constituents to understand the truth and knock it off. We need to stop pretending like elections don't have consequences. Elections have consequences, and we need to move on, right? We need to move on. I was really sad last night, had a restless night because we've seen it coming. We've seen it coming, but to see it in real life and see it in real time was disturbing. It was unsettling, and we are better than that. And so I'm asking everyone who is in my earshot, whether you're watching me live on January 7th at 4:20, or you see this at 10 o'clock on Friday night, or you see it across the weekend, stop what you're doing. Call your representative and tell them to knock it off. Tell them that they represent Oklahoma and that we hold them to the truth. Sometimes you have to pull off the Band-Aid. You know, when your parents tell you that Santa Claus isn't real, it sucks. But you live and you survive. Donald Trump did not win. In less than 2 weeks, he will not be president. And less than that, we will have the 25th Amendment and he'll be gone before then. He's done enough damage. He stoked the fires and he told those people to go there. They tore up offices indiscriminately. I saw a post today from Senator Inhofe. They tore up his office. It's a shame that they have to be afraid of the people that they incited to riot. They incited to treason and insurrection. And it's not a riot. It's not an angry mob. It's not some disappointed Trump supporters. It was traitors. No other word, traitors and terrorists. And pretending like it's anything less is not dealing with the truth. And you cannot deal with anything unless you call it what it is. So, another somber day, and I'm sorry I have to keep being somber, but let's talk about what we can do. There's an election coming up all over the state. You may have a school board, you may have a county clerk, you may have there are elections all over the state. Find a candidate, help a candidate. We have to usher in change. We have to usher in common sense. Find a candidate, help a candidate, make phone calls, drop literature, do whatever you can to help a candidate, donate money to the party so we can get more people registered as Democrats. That's what you can do to fight the tyranny that we witnessed yesterday. And that's what we need to move on. We need to understand what happened yesterday happened. There were lives lost. There was confidence lost in our systems. And we were put on the world stage as not being able to handle our business. The only way to fix that is to handle our business. And the way that we handle our business is we replace them. So 405-427-3366. That is the number to the Oklahoma Democratic Party office. If you know someone, or if you are that someone who needs to run against the Sedition Caucus that represents Oklahoma, please give us a shout. We are talking to folks now. We need to replace them. 70 officers were injured. That's heartbreaking for people who, I saw a couple of those stupid "we support the police" flags. I don't know why you have to have a flag, just support the police and don't be a criminal. But I saw some of those stupid "support the police" flags while they were harassing and terrorizing the police. And sadly, I saw some Oklahoma flags on the National Mall. Okay, don't want to talk about that. Let's stay positive. Help a candidate, find a candidate. I am going to find something hopeful to talk about tomorrow, and I'll see you tomorrow at 4:15. You guys have a great one.